Alrighty.
Hello and welcome to the Gamepodular Twitch channel. I am your host Hilka, and joining me on this Mario Kart World stream, we're going back to basics, is Scott. How are you doing today, Scott?
I'm pretty good. I got my new costume for Mario Kart. I am Donald Duck, basically. I'm a Koopa Trooper with a sailor outfit.
The people on stream currently can't see that. It's just me on the stream.
I've still got to tell them.
Yeah, that's true, and they'll see in a second. And the reason I'm not on the gameplay yet is I have something I need to complain about because it's going to affect the stream today. That is, all right. This is my chair for today. It is my one of my dining table chairs. It is, shall we say, less ergonomic than my office chair because my office chair exploded. I was sitting on it on, I want to say, Saturday, and I leaned over to grab something from like the bookshelves that are next to me, and this part came off. It just detached, and I fell on the ground and I hit my elbow. I'm fine, but it hurt for like a little bit. But now this thing, the seat, doesn't attach to the rest of the chair anymore. And so I can't sit on it because it'll slide off.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to do that, I think.
No.
Oh no. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. RIP lumbar support. And also, like, I can't exactly sit on just this part. Like, that'll just hurt, right?
Oh dear.
That is a torture device from a James Bond movie. You're absolutely correct. So that's what's going on my side of the world. All right, let's play some Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what did I press to do this?
Oh, you put a frame on.
Oh, right. I was wiggling the controller to make sure the Switch didn't fall asleep while we were doing that. All right. Nope, not that one. There we go. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I was just bragging to Scott while we were going live that I'm like super prepared for this, and then I realized that OBS is on the wrong window, or on the wrong monitor. All right. Let's actually play some Mario Kart.
Okay. What sort of just a versus race first off?
Yeah, let's do some mirror GPs, because I haven't finished all of those yet, and I'm eager to get my butt kicked.
Alright. Computer difficulty easy or?
Yeah, it's semi-normal.
Alright. 4 races?
Yeah.
And 10 seconds intermission.
Yes, please.
Okay. What's set on 1 minute?
Yeah, that's the default, and it sucks. Game is a little loud compared to the microphones. Ooh, that I might have been messing around with that. That's fixable. Oh yeah, I was messing around with that because I was just playing something without streaming. I do that sometimes. How's that?
Yeah. Remember, this was the only game really for the Switch too.
Yeah, there's now 2 of them. I mean, there have been some there have been like Switch 2 editions of other games, but yeah, this was the only first-party title for a bit. And the new one is already out, right? Dragon Drive, Drag X Drive, Drag Drive.
Yeah, Drag X Drive.
I can never remember if that's one of the weird silent X's that you're not supposed to pronounce. Like in Spy Family.
Oh yeah, or like Project X Zone, or
I thought that was supposed to be like Project Cross. Like I thought you were supposed to say cross for that.
ah, okay. Maybe it's Drag
I
Cross
could be wrong.
Drive. Did you play some of the tests for Drag X Drive?
Some of the what? Tests?
The test. The test. They had like a global test.
I did not. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That was. It's odd because it was like a week before. Like normally, like they do it like with like Splatoon and that, like a global test fire for Splatoon, and they did it for this. It was like a week, and then the game was out.
I guess that's just a test to see if like the servers can handle it.
Yeah. Well, it's to see if the servers can handle it, but it's more so like a demo to show people.
I am getting absolutely barbecued, by the way. I've had some really bad luck with getting hit with items at very inopportune times. I'm currently... Okay, I was 6th when I said that, but now I'm 5th, so it's not that.
Yeah. But I have not got Drag X Drive yet.
I'm holding out for... No, my hammers! I'm holding out for the Switch 2 stuff of Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yeah.
That's my next big purchase. I say big, it's like $20?
Yeah.
And then...
It's purchase on top of another purchase.
Yeah.
Initial purchase.
Pokemon Legends ZA in October? The previews for that were pretty positive.
For the Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I still... Oh, I don't think that's allowed.
Well, shouldn't have been first and gotten hit by the blue shell then.
Well, yeah, apparently.
The old DJ Khaled suffering from success.
I played myself. Oh no, the Koopa is dabbing. I do not approve.
Remember Angry Luigi? Remember when that was the hot meme?
Oh, yeah.
From
I remember when
Mario Kart 8?
Yeah. On the Wii U.
Yeah. Do you ever just say things and then realize, and then make yourself feel very old? I'm going to Mario Bros. Circuit. By the way, people in chat, I have been messing around with Stream Elements, and I set up a chat command. So if you want to give that a test, now that we're actually live, if you type in !Linktree, it should post a link to the Linktree in the chat. And that will have links to our website, our Podbean page so people can subscribe, and our social medias. I'm planning on setting up separate commands for like the Discord server and the Patreon and the Ko-fi page, but I haven't had time yet. But it's on the list. Hey, it works. I think.
Hey, yeah.
It shows up in chat, but not on stream. But that's probably fine.
Probably not too bad because I think, at least with when it's on chat, you can click it.
Yeah. In chat is the most important place for it to be.
Yeah.
Maybe this next part is a discussion that's better to be had off stream, but we're talking. Oh, great, good, love that. Good, good, good. Red shell followed by blue shell, and now I'm in 6th place. That's Mario Kart, baby.
Yeah.
Is like obviously Spotify is the most popular streaming platform for audio. Be it music, podcasts, maybe audiobooks, although that might still be Audible. But like Spotify sucks, right? Like both as a platform and the CEO.
Yes. Yes, it's one of the worst.
They have
like they all
one of the lowest payouts for artists per stream as well.
Exactly.
Like I'm semi old school in that I, purchase music.
Yeah.
Like I bought 2 albums very recently. Suburban Legend and This Movie Sucks by Dury. D-U-R-R-Y. They're quite good. I'm a big fan.
Okay, cool. Where'd you get them from?
Bandcamp.
Ah, okay. Here's the thing: if you want to actually support the artist, you go on Bandcamp or you buy the CD or the vinyl. You don't do it. You don't support them through streaming.
No. Genuinely, like paying like $10 to $12 for just the digital version of their album on Bandcamp or on even iTunes. Bandcamp is better, but iTunes is still have a decent payout. Is the financial equivalent of streaming the entire album like 5,000 to 10,000 times.
Yeah. It's
wow.
criminal what they can get away with.
Not close.
Oh. Yeah, don't know about that.
Yeah, hashtag not sponsored by
approve
Bandcamp. I just, I like the service that they provide. And I have so much music that I've bought on Bandcamp. I will go out of my way to buy things on Bandcamp over anywhere else. And if an artist is
cool.
too big for Bandcamp, I will admit there is a small amount of disappointment in my mind. Just like, man, I could have paid you more money for this. You know? Wario Stadium?
Yeah. This is the whole thing. Like that's why I went to. Initially, I was not all in, but sort of somewhat excited for like stuff like actual Game Pass and whatever PlayStation were doing. But I've just cut those out now. Like obviously with Xbox, with their recent history.
Yep.
But just the whole thing, it's just far better. Like I know, like I buy my games digitally. I know that's not probably the correct thing to do. Probably get it physically, but okay. But I will buy games. I prefer to actually buy a digital game.
Yeah.
Than to serve it like on a service.
Yeah, because the downside, like, I watched a really interesting video about this by The Other Frost is, I think, his YouTube handle, formerly of The Escapist and and Second Wind, until he left because he had fundamental disagreements with how Second Wind was being run.
Okay.
And having watched his like really long videos about that, can't say that I blame him. What was the thing? Right, about how like Game Pass, there's an argument to be made for Game Pass in that it like devalues games, but the idea that playing a game on Game Pass like functionally costs the developers a sale is probably incorrect. Because like there are games I've played on Game Pass that when I still had it, I canceled my Game Pass months ago, for the record, where like I probably never would have bought them, but I played them on Game Pass, and that meant I still got to play it. And yes, the developers got less money, but they still got some. And I absolutely agree.
Like,
I definitely prefer to just have the game and not be reliant on a subscription service where it might just disappear.
I would think like something like Game Pass is fundamentally different, like in its licensing agreements, to say something like Spotify.
Yeah.
With rather like pennies to 1,000 streams. You know, there is some. Imagine there'd be something a bit more substantial to what the developer's getting when they go on Game Pass.
I imagine Xbox just pays them like a licensing fee to put them on Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly. And from my understanding was with the Game Pass, it's like you get the base game, but you don't get like any of the extended downloadable content. So something like Doom Eternal. Like when I had my Series X, like I had the base game on Game Pass, but I bought the DLC when that was on sale. And so I think it was a situation where if I got rid of Game Pass, I don't think I would have been able to play Eternal, even though I had the internal DLC, because I didn't have the base game.
Another great example from my experience is Eternal Strands. That was like a day one Game Pass game. Airship Fortress?
Yeah.
I downloaded it through Game Pass when it came out. I played it, I loved it, and then I finished it and I uninstalled it and talked about it on the podcast. But then they released like a free content update with like a new boss enemy and like a new area and stuff. And I don't have Game Pass anymore, so I can't play that version of Eternal Strands anymore. And so I rebought it on Steam.
Nice.
Because it was like 40 or 50% off in a Steam sale. Because I love that game, and it's great, and I want to play it again at some point. And that's like... I do a similar thing with music, because I have YouTube Premium just because, A, ads are the worst, and B, I like picture-in-picture and like local downloads of YouTube videos. And that means I also have... I don't know what I was expecting when I did that. That means I also have access to YouTube Music as a streaming service. Yeah. Which is still a music streaming service, so it doesn't pay super well, but it pays better than Spotify. But what I'll do is I'll like... If I'm curious about an album, I'll listen to it a couple of times on streaming, and if I like it, I'll go out and buy it. Yeah. I basically use it as like a demo version. And that's, I think, the best way to use a streaming service for music.
Oh, I mean, like music is sort of a like you don't really get like a demo of a song.
No.
But video games, I mean, bring back demos. Like I don't know if you've played it. You were talking about it. The Adventures of Elliot.
Yeah, I've got that demo downloaded. I haven't played it yet, but I definitely plan to.
Yeah.
And I played the
And,
demo
I
for
don't know,
Glacier
just-
like last night.
Yep.
Demos are definitely
don't know
making a
whether-
comeback, especially with the big Steam thing. That doesn't really narrow it down.
Steam Fest.
Yeah, Steam Next Fest. That's like demos on
Yep.
demos on demos. And admittedly, like
Look, I mean,
it's become
Yeah.
like sort of overcrowded.
yes.
And the demos aren't up like in perpetuity. A lot of them disappear after Next Fest is over, which I'm not a fan of. Because, you know, I got stuff to do. I can't be on the ball that week to play your demo and then never again.
Yeah. I mean, we're not with these are demos. This is not like a share where, you know, here's one episode for free. You have to pay for the 2 other episodes. Like, people are just happy. You just get one level, a little bit of time. That's it, just to show how it runs,
Yeah.
how it plays. And if you like it, yeah.
I
And
love
I'm gonna
demos.
be honest. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get when it comes up. I'm gonna get Adventures of Elliot. Spoilers, but it's yeah. There's another game. I can't remember the name of it.
We're tied on score, but I still win. Hell yeah.
Ah,
Oh, no, wait, we're both number 1. Damn it. My joke isn't funny anymore.
let's see. Yeah, Dragon Quest. Yes, Mina the Hollower.
Oh, yeah, the new game by Yacht Club.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they're getting to make something that isn't just another Shovel Knight thing. No disrespect
I
to
do love
Shovel
me
Knight.
some
It's a good game, but like
It is.
it's nice to see them doing something else for a change.
All right, same settings.
Hell yeah. But yeah, we covered
But yeah.
we covered the partner direct and the Indie World Showcase on the latest End Focus, which
Yep.
came out yesterday. Listen to it if you haven't yet.
Yep.
Dry Bones Burnout.
Dry Bones Burnout.
And
Yep. Go give it a listen.
yeah, it's great. We had a good time. I did one of the funniest segues I've done in a while on that show. We even posted it as a social media clip. I was very proud of that one.
But yes, bring out bad demos. I mean, even Street Fighter 6 on Switch 2 has a demo.
Really? Oh, no, I missed that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, for what they're charging the game, and they better want it.
Is it like, because it's like a full price game and it has like fighter packs, right? Like Smash Bros, where you get additional fighters and stuff.
Yeah, because I think they've got like the when it first came out, it had like made it like your standard edition, then the one with the pass, which is a year 1 and year 2.
Yeah.
To catch it up with the other platforms. In Australia, like normally Australian games are like $80. This one was $90.
Gross.
So not full 120 for something like Mario Kart. But yeah, but I think they've just done year 3. And that was like about another $40. So, which I did buy.
Intellectually, I understand that the exchange rate for the Australian dollar is weak enough that $120 is, you know, about the same as the like 80 or 90 euros or whatever that it was here.
Yeah.
But God, $120 is a number that should not be allowed to be said when talking about video game pricing, I think.
I'm still surprised people seem to have forgotten that PS5 games are like $125. Like when everyone's giving up this, you know, Nintendo for doing $80 Mario Kart, and it's like $120. It's like, but PlayStation been doing that since the PS5 when it first came out.
Also, hot take from me. People got up in arms about the game key cards, and I want to say rightfully so. They're bad, and I don't think they should exist. But like, people seem to have forgotten that like most PS5 and Xbox games that you buy on disc are also basically that.
Yep.
And I didn't see anyone getting angry about that at the time.
I mean, Indiana Jones. Like, the perfect example, like something like a dual-layered DVD of the Blu-ray disc, 100 gigabytes. And I only think it's got like 87 megabytes on the actual Blu-ray itself.
Like,
It's
Nintendo, mostly like as part of its own marketing and just the way people talk about it, has this reputation about being the pro-consumer good guys in the games industry, and that hasn't actually been true for like 20 to 30 years. You know?
Sorry, who's been the pro good guy?
Nintendo. And so
okay.
It feels like when they do something that's anti-consumer, they get way more hate for it than the other companies who do the exact same stuff.
I think it's just with Nintendo, at least the actual, I don't know, like their games actually run off the actual media. Whereas like even like PlayStation and Xbox, you know, even though the game may be on the Blu-ray, it doesn't run off the Blu-ray. It installs itself on the actual hard drive.
Yeah.
Which one should we do? Toad's Factory.
Yeah, exactly, Seska.
And then you
People
got
were kind of mad about it at the time, not as much, but it didn't go unnoticed. So more than I thought, admittedly, but like, I'm hoping that it's not just confirmation bias, right? Because I do most of the research for news stories for N-Focus, and so I see a lot of the stuff specifically for Nintendo. So I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong, and it's just confirmation bias. But like, I do think that the element of like people still think Nintendo are the cool good guys is part of it.
I definitely know people think that Steam are the cool good guys.
Lol. Very funny. Also untrue.
Yeah, yes. I'm sorry, but corporations.
Corporations are not your friends.
Exactly.
They exist to make money. That being said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get mad again on stream, which is, you know, a classic good thing to do, but it's a thing I believe in.
Yep.
Itch.io is not a corporation. They are a company that until very recently was like a side hustle, basically. And am I happy with how they've handled the situation with payment processors? No. They have done some things that I disagree with that they could have done better. But it's like 4 people who work there. So anyone who's giving them guff over being just terrible people and anti-LGBTQ is like, get a grip, seriously.
Yeah. They were pushed into a really tough situation. Probably didn't handle it the right way.
No.
But yeah, this is not a $1 billion company. This is just a couple of people who just, to my understanding, like do they take any sort of commission from any of the games that are on there?
I imagine they'd have to just to like support like hosting costs, but I imagine the cut is very small. And there are people who I've seen who are like, well, you should have just shut down Itch.io instead of like bending to the desires of payment processors. And it's like, do you want to deprive thousands of people who host their stuff on HEO their livelihoods. I thought you were trying to be good for creators. Ooh, yes, Acorn Heights. I love that one. Exactly, Sesker. The actual good guys are brick and mortar independent game stores. Support your local ones, give them a visit, and buy yourself something nice. I bought my Switch 2 and my physical copy of Donkey Kong Bonanza from my local video game store. I
wish I could say that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you have the issue that you're kind of, like, Australia is kind of monopolized by JB Hi-Fi, right? And, like,
EB Games and
games.
Big W.
You can get video games at Big W?
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's like Big W is like a Walmart analog, right? You can just sort of get everything there.
Well, they're owned by the same company who also owns Woolworths.
Oh, great.
So, yeah.
Another cool company that definitely doesn't price gouge.
Exactly. Oh my god. But yeah, like definitely
wow,
like
this is
EB
really early
games.
to get blue shelled.
Oh yeah. But I remember there used to be like a brick and mortar layer store near where I was. It was actually kind of cool. Like, it was a little bit grimy, but it was sort of a cool atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean the grime gives it character, you know? Like,
yeah,
some of the best restaurants you can visit in your life are always just a little gross. But that either that means the food is inedible or it's the best food you've ever had in your life. And you kind of just have to roll the dice.
There used to be this company called Game Traders in Australia. Well, they still operate, but you used to have all these games, and one thing is that they were one of the ones that we actually had retro games you could buy. So you could buy like a GameCube and that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, now like it is literally just one shelf of older video games, and then everything else is like your T-shirts and
Funko Pops,
all that stuff,
and Funko Pops, and more Funko Pops.
Funko Pops and whatever Funko Pop rip-offs are, more Funko Pops than it's.
Funko Fops. Oh my god. You know, I like this cart because it's very fast and it looks cool, but the handling leaves something to be desired, shall we say. But yeah, like my local game store, like last time I was in there, you could still just buy 3DS games there, and maybe even DS games. When I bought my like Switch 1, I traded in a bunch of PS2 games to help offset the cost. Granted, it was I was looking at chat and I wasn't looking where I was going, and granted, they didn't get me a lot of money, but like they still took them, you know, and resold them. You could still buy PS2 games there 10 years ago. I don't know if that's still true, but at the very least, I know you can buy like 3DS games and PS3 games there. Yeah, big fan. I love to support them. In the name of the funk and the O and the pops.
I mean, for retro stuff, we now go through like cash converters or CX, I think it's called.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Or
and
just
pay
horribly inflated prices on eBay. Or
well, I mean,
Gumtree,
if I,
as you use in Australia, given to understand.
If you go to CX and you want to buy like a 3DS, it's like $400.
Gross.
Yeah.
Boo Cinema.
Boo Cinema and Boo CX.
I'm not gonna boo cinema. I went to a local movie theater that was playing. I think I talked about this on Unfocused as well. I watched 2 like 4K restorations of Kurosawa movies last month, or earlier this month.
Cool. I saw Happy Gilmore 2 last night.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the performance of Maxwell Jacob Friedman, the professional wrestler?
I don't know which one that was.
He played Adam Sandler's character's son.
Ah, okay. Cool.
And I'm pretty sure there
I
were
thought they
more
were-
pro wrestlers in that movie. I think Becky Lynch was in that movie as well.
Okay.
I haven't
Happy
watched
Gilmore
Happy
2
Gilmore
was it?
1, so I don't know if it's like any good.
Ah.
Isn't that
okay.
one of the like 3 good Adam Sandler movies that exist?
It's like it is the Adam Sandler movie. Like that and Billy Madison.
Yeah.
But I would equate like if you want top tier Adam Sandler movie, Happy Gilmore.
Okay. That's the thing. I
But
don't
you
know
watch,
if I want any tier Adam Sandler movie.
Look, at the time it was good. Fortunately, they relied too much on that, and it's just self-referential. This Happy Gilmore 2 movie.
Ah, it's the classic legacy sequel of like, hey, remember this from the first one?
Yep.
And that's the whole movie.
Yep.
Like, I didn't watch it, but
Pretty much.
apparently Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom or whatever had a lot of
Yep.
that.
Well, I mean, they had the original. I mean, they did. I think they did have that with the one before that. That had the 3 living Ghostbusters
I think
actors.
as a cameo at most, because I watched that one with like
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy and Leslie Jones and
I know the one after that. Because there was the Frozen one, which is the latest one. The one before that, which is
there
the
was
sequel,
another
which
one?
is well, yeah, the Frozen one was the sequel
oh my god.
to the first one.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. And that one, I think it was still more like it was more integral, but it was still like a cameo. But I think, yeah, with the Frozen one, they were more integral to it, and it's like, let them rest.
Yeah. I mean, on the other hand, like they got bills to pay, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not.
I have a
I'm only gonna give Bruce Willis like some amount of guff for what I'm about to say, because Bruce Willis was kind of infamous in the last couple of years of his career for doing like just awful direct-to-streaming movies that nobody's ever gonna watch, and like getting lines like fed to him in an earpiece, and he'll be on set for one day and get paid like $2 million. And
Same settings, or you want to change it up, or
no, I'm good to keep going. And the thing was, like, it is kind of embarrassing for a guy who had the good career that he had. You know, he was in some excellent movies. Oh, Starview Peak. It's one of my favorites.
Yep.
He was in some excellent movies, like Die Hard 1 and 3, and other good movies that I'm immediately drawing a blank on. But he's definitely been in some very good movies. And he was doing it basically because he was sick and he couldn't really work that much anymore, and he wanted to set up his kids for life. And like getting paid like $1 or $2 million for a day's worth of work, it does, you know, you tarnish your career a little bit, but you're setting your kids up for the future, and I respect him for that part. It sounded like you were about to say something, and then I kept talking about Bruce
oh
Willis.
yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right. I mean, you need to talk about Bruce Willis. Yeah, good take. I was just going to say, I don't know if it's that controversial, but I think that we shouldn't tie characters as much to actors.
Yeah.
Like if there's a character and the actor wants to reprise their role, like not because they have to or because they were forced to, but if they generally want to do it, they should be given every opportunity to. But I sort of feel like either if you want to reprise a role, either if the actor's not able to do it, either sort of
Just recast them.
Recast them or don't do it.
Yeah.
Like my big thing, my favorite character of all time is RoboCop,
Nice.
and yep, I love the like Peter Weller is the best RoboCop, hands down. I mean, I've seen all RoboCop live media. I've even seen the Prime Directives direct to DVD miniseries.
Nice.
So yeah, I am well versed in the RoboCop extended universe. My biggest fear is that because he's about, I believe he's 80.
Yeah.
When he does pass on, that they're going to just straight up use AI to do his voice.
Yeah.
And I sort of feel like they did somewhat solve that with RoboCop. He's he's like, he used to be that he didn't really want to talk about RoboCop, but as time went on, he really appreciates that the fans now really do see what the action movie was about. Like the loss of humanity and
Yeah.
not just a straight up action flick. He really loves that people are getting that. So he does love it. I love what he says. Like, he loved doing RoboCop. It was the best thing he ever did. And it was the best thing he ever did that he quit RoboCop to do Naked Lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's sort of on brand. And it's like, he's in this, the latest RoboCop Rogue City.
Yeah. The video game?
The video game, yeah, that's him.
Nice.
That's him. And that's nice. He's wanting, I think, obviously they're probably throwing quite a bit of money at him, but he's willing to reprise that role. It's not as if he has to, get in the suit again. I love these. It's sometimes strange these people do who's like, oh, if they make like another RoboCop movie, they got to have Peter Weller. And it's like, no.
You really don't. Like,
no.
I have two questions for. I have a question and a comment. First question is regarding the RoboCop extended universe. Speedway.
Yep.
Saskar, maybe you'll be able to help me out on this because I don't remember the exact details. But there was either an episode of WCW Nitro or a WCW pay-per-view where RoboCop showed up to help Sting. Have you seen that one?
I have seen that one.
Nice.
I think it was back in the early 90s, obviously. I do not believe it was Peter Weller who wore that costume at that time.
Oh, almost definitely not. They wouldn't be able to afford it.
No.
Well, depending on when it was, because they were handing out money like candy at a certain point, and then they suddenly weren't anymore because they were losing the Monday Night Wars really bad. Pay-per-view, yeah. Would you be able to Google what pay-per-view it was, just so it doesn't bother me? And my other comment is, this is something I worry about with people who are like on TV for like, they play the same character for years and years. And they become so like associated with that character that when the show ends, they don't really get a lot of roles anymore. Like I'm looking at like Emily Deschanel. She plays the main character in Bones. She plays Dr. Temple's Ren. And Bones ran for 15 seasons. I think. Maybe, no, 12 seasons. Bones ran for, I think, 12 seasons. And I really like Bones. I've watched all of it. But if you look at her IMDb page, like, it's possible that she just made, like, so much money doing Bones for 12 years that she doesn't feel the need to work that much anymore. But she doesn't really get a lot of roles anymore. Capital Combat 1990 Return of RoboCop. Wow. Right. Of course they would market it around RoboCop, if that makes sense. Yeah. Wow, 1990? That's earlier than I thought it would.
I guess. I mean, I think RoboCop 2 was 1990.
Then it was probably like a cross promotion. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, like sometimes actors they just get typecast, like comes in like Adam West.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although he sort of somewhat did embrace that and yeah. Can I get it? No.
It really was Peter Weller in the suit? Holy crap.
Really? Wow. They must have paid him they must have paid him a ton of money because, like, I know the history. Like, I think the second RoboCop suit was made from like a fiberglass, or it was like it was a lighter material than what the previous one was. But I still, I remember hearing stories like he did not enjoy the time of RoboCop 2, and so that must have paid him a lot to be able to do that.
What do you want?
Warriors Galleon?
Yeah. I mean, it was 1990. That was pre-Nitro, right? Yeah, that's that Ted Turner money, baby. Because Nitro wasn't until 91, 92, maybe? And so they weren't even at their peak of spending yet, if it was pre-Nitro. Because that's when they were just trying to, like, beat WWE, basically, and put them out of business. And so they started throwing money around like it was confetti. But yeah, he was helping Surfer Sting against the Four Horsemen, I want to say. Nitro wasn't until 95 even, man. For those of you who are not wrestling fans and watching this, I promise this does make sense, but I am using a lot of nouns that you won't recognize, and that's just what it's like talking to wrestling fans, unfortunately. It is very funny when wrestling companies try to incorporate stuff from other media properties. Like, WCW also did like a crossover with Chucky.
Okay.
And then, like, 2 years ago, so WWE, they won the Monday Night Wars and bought WCW, because WCW was worth, like, what, $10 million by that point? So they just bought them. And then, like, 2 years ago, for a Halloween-themed, like, NXT show, they brought back Chucky for, like, 3 weeks. All Elite Wrestling, which is the one Sasker and I watch, they did like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre themed match, which they made a custom championship belt for, which has never been seen again. Fun fact, Jeff Jarrett recently hit 2 years as Texas Chainsaw Massacre champion. There's the one that Sesker and I always clown on from the early days of AEW, the Cracker Barrel Clash. A match sponsored by Cracker Barrel, and they used like a barrel as a weapon. Yeah, they bought WCW for $2.4 million outstanding debt plus outstanding debts and expenses. That's peanuts for a company like WWE. That is a weird thing to say, where like, if I got the $2.4 million plus whatever they paid for outstanding debts and expenses in my bank account, I don't think you would ever hear from me again. Like, I would just disappear and enjoy my life. I don't think that's true. I like doing this enough that I'd just probably keep doing this. But like, wow.
Decap past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then for a company like that used to be worth like, I don't know, like tens to hundreds of millions of dollars, 2.4 is like almost embarrassing. One of the things I do appreciate about AEW is they do frequently have just like cool sponsors, and also DraftKings, which they've been sponsored by for years, and I wish they wouldn't, because sports betting is just like objectively evil, like, in my opinion. I guess if it's in my opinion, it's not objectively, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I come from the land down under. You know, our shame, well, our claim to fame is that we are the world record for the country for bet losses, like gambling losses.
Oof, doof.
Yep. This is why I was talking about it on Blue Sky with UFO 50.
Yeah.
Because that is an R rating.
Oh yeah, because it has simulated gambling, right?
It's simulated gambling, and it's like this government, you know, a game that has simulated gambling. Oh, it's got to be R rated, but they'll happily let you have, you know, like gambling ads on, you know, football matches.
Yeah.
And that, you know, yeah, intended for children. Like, yes, they've done the thing where they say, oh, you can't have it now, before, or after, but you can still have it plastered on. It's like, it's going to be so funny if I'm probably assuming when Nintendo DS games comes to Switch 2, and if they're going to do Super Mario 64 DS, if that's going to have to be put on with a R rating, because that has a casino.
Yeah.
Like, they're just mini games. But
you could do this. That would be the same for like Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Because that has the game corner. That has
That's it.
Slot machines.
But don't get me wrong. I don't think gambling is good.
No.
I am not a gambler. Well, okay. I'm not a gambler. I'm not gonna. People go out and, you know, oh, they go to the casino. I'm not gonna get judge them for that. I just don't like the proliferation of how easy it is, like, to get it on your phone.
Yeah.
To set up an application, to set up an account, and then when you are struggling, and you do want to close the account, they'll come back. The account will come back to you and say, hey, we noticed you haven't been here for a while. Here's some free points to start up again.
User
That is
attention.
evil.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like no dislike for gamblers. I hate gambling, you know, the industry of gambling. I once listened to a very long podcast that was basically an academic critique of a book about casinos and how like casinos are structured, and also how like slot machines are created to be as addictive as possible. And I aged like 10 years listening to that podcast, I think. Like, It is genuinely some of the most horrific psychological warfare I think I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
But to come back to the point of the sponsors, they did, because like a lot of people in All Elite Wrestling, including people who are very are like giant nerds. They had, I think I've told you about this on the podcast. Oh, hey, I got the Waluigi outfit I didn't have before. Mariachi.
Oh, nice.
They've had matches sponsored by like a Dragon, the man who forgot his name. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Someone did a move off a bicycle. We're coming up on an hour, so I think we should take a quick old break and come back and maybe do some, I don't know, battle mode or knockout tour.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
All right. We're going to go on break. See you all in a couple of minutes. Go do some stretches, go to the bathroom, cycle your fluids, get some water, do all that kind of thing. Talk to you in a few minutes. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
And we're back. Back from break, ready to do some more Mario Karting and talk about controversial topics, apparently. And also RoboCop.
I haven't played the latest RoboCop expansion.
Of Rogue City?
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
Let's have a look.
I'm down for like one knockout tour.
All right. We'll do one knockout tour. Knock yourselves out. Okay, which shape?
I mean... there's not one with Rainbow Road. Oh, too late. Oh. Sorry.
That's right. We gotta see which one this is. Ah, you win.
Man, not having a chair with wheels sucks. You really take them for granted until they're gone. I could have quoted what's her name? The Joni Mitchell song. You don't know what you got till it's gone, but I didn't. I'm so bad at jokes. Here's a fun fact about me. Yes, I like to think so.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact about me. When I was very young, I'm talking like 7 to 8 years old, I did not understand the concept of song covers. Yep. And my teacher at the time, this was like 3rd or 4th grade, I can't remember, was a big Joni Mitchell fan, and she played guitar and she would like sing songs to like start the day. It was great. She was fantastic. And then I went online to look up the song she was singing, the name of which immediately escapes me. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. That one.
Yeah.
And I found the version by Counting Crows. And I got so mad that they stole Joni Mitchell's beautiful song.
I remember the song that I always thought was originally by someone, then you hear it's like, oh no, it's actually by
All Along the Watchtower, that's a classic one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, most people think of the Jimi Hendrix version, but it's originally by Bob Dylan, I think.
Yep. I still find it that you hear these the sounds of silence.
Yeah.
Like
Are you
you got these
pro or anti the Disturbed cover of that one?
is that the one that's like really deep voice? Is that the one
Yeah,
you're
and he
referring
goes like,
to, or
that one.
yeah. That's the one everyone loves.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, like my mind just instantly goes back to Simon and Garfunkel.
Hell yeah. I hate that cover so much. It's like
I don't mind it.
I can appreciate cover songs that do a different spin on the song, because like you don't just want to do the same song, but you're the one singing, you know? But specifically the Disturbed cover, it doesn't feel like they get what the song is about.
Yeah.
In their version. Strong band cover you're singing.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Boom, roasted.
But I mean, look, I am a bit biased, as whereas when I used to go driving with my grandmother, she would have Simon Garfunkel tape on her cassette in the car.
Nice.
So I am well versed in the Simon and the Garfunkels.
Ooh, here's another cover I hate. One of my favorite artists is Stan Rogers. He's a Canadian folk singer from the 70s. Beautiful voice. Unfortunately died young because he was saving people from a plane crash. That's just how cool he was. And Northwest Passage is probably his most famous song. And there's a metal band called Unleash the Archers that did a cover of it. And it's just like huge and bombastic, and I hate it. It doesn't understand what the appeal of Northwest Passage is. I know I have a reputation in Gamepodular as the ska guy, even though it's not my main genre. Also, not a big fan of the Real Big Fish cover of Take On Me, but that's more, I just don't like Real Big Fish than anything else.
Yep, fair enough. I'll be honest, like, I don't remember, like, the original John Michael ones. Originally, like, growing up, so the Real Big Fish one was the one I didn't know. But I mean, after listening to George Michael one, it's like, that's the one, obviously.
Of Take On Me? George Michael did a cover of Take On Me? Oh, you should listen to that.
Wait, am I thinking? No, sorry, I'm not. Was it?
Take On Me is
Who did
Aha.
the original? Aha. Was George Michael in Aha?
No.
No, okay. Forget what I said. I meant Aha.
Yeah.
That shows you my music. That shows you my music prowess. First.
It is funny to think about, like, a lot of people have the same taste in music as, like, their parents, because that's what they grew up listening to. And I have a bit of that. Like, my dad is really into, like, we grew up listening to, like, hard rock and prog rock. Like, he's like Deep Purple, Yes, that kind of music. And I have a bit of that, but my brother stayed with, like, he went to, like, prog metal. He's a big Dream Theater fan, much to my chagrin. But I went in a completely different direction. Honestly, my taste in music resembles my mom's more than my dad, because my mom's also, like, pretty big into folk, although not the kind of folk that I listen to. I don't remember where I was going with this. Right? Yes. In some ways, my dad's taste in music resembles ours, like me and my brothers, more than ours represents his. Because like he loves going with us to concerts, and obviously before a concert you got to listen to the music to understand like what's going on. And so he just has so many things that we introduced him to in his like library now. It's very cool.
Cool.
What's your taste in music like? I always love hearing about it.
Oh, I do, 60s and 70s music. I mean, I don't really have like a particular, this is a genre I'm really into. Like, I can sort of listen to anything.
Give me like some of your favorite bands. Like, it doesn't have to be like the absolute favorites, but just ones you really enjoy listening to.
Deep Purple.
Nice.
Like stuff like Cher.
Cher.
I know that's yeah. One problem is that I really do enjoy like video game music.
Yeah. There's some good stuff out there. I mean, I have a number of video game soundtracks in my collection as well. I have like Eternal Strands, Austin Wintory, hard to go wrong with Austin Wintory. I have Monster Hunter's World End Rise.
Yep.
I have Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed 2. I have Bastion, Transistor, and Hades.
Yep.
I have... Ooh. Here's an artifact from the past. Check this out. This could be anywhere because my CD collection is no longer organized. I'll find it. Don't worry. Gotta go through this rich vein of Frank Turner CDs. Check that out.
Okay, I gotta. Is that Meat Boy?
It is. It's Super Meat Boy.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, and that's the original, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is. Okay. Fun fact. I mean, I played the original Super Meat Boy on Xbox 360, but I got it on. I bought it on Switch. But the music, I just didn't gel with it, and then I found out that on Steam, it's the original soundtrack, so I got that.
Nice. Sorry, I'm very far away from my mic because I'm looking for
Okay.
another one. Oh, I've been looking for this. That's where it is. I know you're in here. There it is. Another blast from the past I also own on CD.
What is was it? I can't. Was it? Oh, right, Richard City Rampage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing that this disc is still intact because it's just a paper sleeve. Like,
Yeah.
there's no jewel case, no nothing.
But I tend to not so much like a particular. I'm more into like individual songs rather than like a genre.
Gotcha.
Like I could be like into something like Carpenters or
Ooh,
Motley Crue,
Carpenters. Good stuff.
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh,
Yeah, but then I'll get as I said, Cher. Deep Purple.
are you a Springsteen enjoyer?
I mean, I've listened to a couple of them. I do enjoy Springsteen.
I got really
Sonique.
into Springsteen this year.
Let's have a look. Like saying, like my dad, really into The Cause.
Mine too.
Yep.
You want to do some battles?
Let's do some battles.
I did, at least I think I darkened the background on chat, by the way, Seskra. Maybe not by much, but it should be slightly darker now. But yeah, I
3
see
or
what you
4
mean.
rounds for battle.
Let's do 3. See what you mean
Okay.
with legibility.
But no, my music taste is pretty much just. I like particular music. Which one do you want? Sorry.
Donut. Big
Donut.
donut. My favorite
Big
battle.
I mean, like I've got on my streaming platform, I've got all the Mega Man songs
Nice.
saved. I've got Yakuza, Kingdom Hearts.
Do you listen to Overclocked Remix at all?
No,
Are you familiar with what they are? Let's start there.
no, sorry.
It's a website where people upload like remixes of video game songs.
Yep.
And they're like basically every game you can think of in any style possible. There is a fantastic remix of the Armor Armadillo theme by a ska band called the Overclocked Plaid Muffins.
Yep.
Oh my god, it rips. It's so good.
Yeah.
And
That's
honestly,
right. I remember you tell me. We used that for. I think I used that as the outro for one of our episodes.
yeah,
Focus
that
episodes.
makes sense. It might have been like the Mega Man quiz episode, probably.
Yes.
Man, I need to write more quizzes. I haven't like had a good idea for one yet, but I really enjoyed it. There's also, to give you an impression of how deep like the Overclocked Remix audience goes, one of my other favorite remixes is from 3D Space Pinball. Like the free pinball game you got with like Windows XP.
Yeah.
It's great. I forget who it's by, but it rules. I love that people took that. Oh, there's a really good like Wind Waker one called Hoy Small Fry. Oh,
Yeah. My taste, I'm sort of my thing with music, video game music. I'll give an example. Like Mega Man 3. You get certain versions because there's 2 main versions of Mega Man 3. You have the NES version, and then you have the Genesis version for the Wily Wars.
yeah.
And there are some that I prefer the NES to, and the one that I prefer the Genesis to. Like the Genesis version of Top Man absolutely rips compared to the NES one. But I am still a sucker for the Sparkman for the NES.
Ah.
Like the Genesis one just does not compare.
I mean, as we all know, Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Quite
But
often
only
I will
sometimes.
listen to YouTube videos of a particular song, and they go to like through different ports, so like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, PC Engine.
I'm playing very poorly.
Something like
I'm not just saying that because I'm not winning.
Street Fighter 2.
There's some
Like,
good
even
songs in
compared-
Street Fighter.
Yeah. I mean, there are some. I'm generally not. I think the original Street Fighter 2, the Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I prefer that music to, say, the Super Series. I mean, like, Balrog's The Boxer's stage is really good compared to really good in the original Street Fighter 2.
Jungle?
Where do we go? Jungle, yeah.
Hard to go wrong with dinosaurs. Ooh,
One
Shadow of
remix
the
that actually
Colossus is another soundtrack I have in my collection. That one's an all-time
Oh,
great.
nice.
Baldur's Gate 3 as well. I got like the soundtrack CD with like the special edition, or the collector's edition, or whatever it was called. Oh, what a baller soundtrack! Oh my god.
Yeah.
I use a lot of the soundtracks I own for like D&D playlists as well.
Yeah. Ah, cool.
And so like adding Baldur's Gate 3, an actual D&D game to it, was a no-brainer. I missed.
I prefer the DuckTales remastered Moon thing compared to the original NES one.
There are so many good remixes of the Moon theme. There's one by... This is gonna date me in internet years as well. By Carbohydro M is, I think, the artist, which extra credits used as their like opening theme for a very long time.
Ah, okay.
Like original
Oh,
extra
yes.
credits when it was good.
Yep. Yes. Oh, that takes me back. I've got that in my head now.
Oh, that's
One artist I do like, Andrew Schollholz. I think that's their name. They do the at the moment they do like the remastered Dune 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
They also did Rise of the Triad one. Ooh, which slaps. Yeah.
My brother's a big Frank Klepacki fan.
Yeah.
Command and Conquer.
Oh yeah.
The Soviet March from Command and Conquer. I'm gonna make it about wrestling again. The Soviet March from Command and Conquer Regular 3, I think. A wrestler named Ilya Dragunov used that as his entrance theme on the Independence for a very long time. It was so good.
Oh, the original Command and Conquer, original Red Alert, such banger songs.
I have gotten so
I was
many
actually-
bob-ons. Good God. Give me a
Tell
mushroom.
you what, I would if I could. I was because I was away for the I thought it was going to be away for the previous stream,
Yeah.
and I thought it was going to be early. I was away for a trip. So what I did, I ended up doing the smart thing and downloading all my songs.
Yeah.
With that, I also downloaded all the songs from like the NSO music app.
Nice.
I had like about 13 gig that I did.
Only?
Only 13 gig, yeah, apparently.
I'm
Anyway,
you want to know how old school I am?
yeah.
I listen to music on an iPod Touch
Yeah.
And I only got an iPod Touch because my iPod Classic stopped working. DK Pass? You like DK
Yep.
Pass? And I'm like brushing up against the like 64 gigabyte limit that's in the hard drive on this device.
Okay. My first iPod was it was called the iPod Classic. It was sort of the last line iPod Classics. It was like an 80 gig mechanical hard drive one.
Oh yeah, I had the 160 gig one of those.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I miss it so much. I mean, like, admittedly, by the time that, like, at a certain point, A, it would just not connect to my computer anymore because the firmware was so outdated. And B, some of the, like, buttons just became harder and harder to press.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why I do like the touchscreen. So that can't happen. Like, my first cell phone was just like a flip phone, right? At a certain point, like, the 6 key stopped working. And that's not very good. And so my second cell phone it had a touchscreen, but it was not a smartphone. It had, like, I think, like, the capacitive touchscreens, you know, the ones where, like...
Capacitive, yep.
Capacitive, like, there's a layer between the screen and the thing you touch. It had one of those.
Yep. Yeah, like the original DS and Wii U.
Yeah. Oh, that's not
My first cell phone had an physical antenna on it.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Did you have, like, the full-on, like, brick, like, Zach Morris style?
No. It was sort of a smaller one. Like, it was, this is well into, I think, the very early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was still a black and white monochrome screen. It was a Mitsubishi Triumph. I don't expect anyone to know which that one was.
Today I learned...
It was my first cell.
You can use the feather to steal balloons like you can with the mushroom.
Nice. I did recently find out that I've owned, for all the cell phones that I've owned, the majority of them have been iPhones.
I think mine, most of them have been Samsungs.
Yep. Let's go through
these skiers and snowboarders, I keep thinking they're other drivers that I have to attack. And so I use my items. I shouldn't. Great. I mean, I hit Lucky 2, but I also hit myself with my own fireball. Shout out Seskara banning another, I assume, bot. I didn't even see what they posted, but given that you deleted it and banned them, I assume it didn't need to be here. Cheers.
All hail Seskara.
Wow. I was behind in the first two, and I really picked it up in this one, huh?
Yes, let's say that.
Still undefeated, baby.
Another battle?
I think so. Yeah, I love battles. The only downside to battles is everyone moves so slow, but I think that makes them more playable.
Yeah.
I am like the Archangel Gabriel wielding their flaming sword, but with bad puns and wrestling trivia. Not wrong, not wrong. Speedway?
Yeah.
For the sake of all of our sanities, I could make this about Supernatural, but I am choosing not to. But I do want you to know that I could.
Have you tried the Mario Paint game on the Super Nintendo?
I haven't, but I should. I want to see. Oh my god! I just hit myself with my own green shell. I feel like an absolute clown. That's what I get for trying to reach out at the same time. Playing Mario Kart. No, I haven't, but I really should because I want to try the mouse. Like the mouse controls, it's just such a neat thing. And we've like theory crafted about them multiple times on Infocus, and I actually want to put my money where my mouth is,
Yeah, I'll word of warning. It may seem, I thought the sensitivity was low. I thought I had to adjust it in the actual Switch settings. But you can actually adjust it in the actual game itself, so...
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because I never played original Mario Paint either. Because it had like a music maker as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It seems...
Would you like to know a fun fact about Mario Paint that I discovered many, many years ago?
Please. I love fun facts.
So I was big into the whole, okay, I'm going to get all these retro systems and collect as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I decided to actually get a Super Nintendo mouse. Thinking, oh, okay, I'll get a Super Nintendo mouse, I'll get Mario Party. I actually wanted it for Mario and Wario.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that really should now become to the NSO. Like, I think that's not if, but when. Anyway. So I got into Nintendo Super Nintendo mouse. Now I'd ordered this from America. So okay, fair enough. Yeah. So and then I go, okay, I've got an Australian. I've got a PAL version of Mario Paint. I've got a mouse. Okay, let's use this in. It's not working. Why is it not working? You know the reason why? What's that, sorry?
Is it a power problem?
Not a power problem. It was a region problem. The mouse was region locked.
I'm sorry?
The mouse, I'll repeat once again. I know it's very hard to hear, but the mouse is region locked. You cannot use an American Super Nintendo mouse, and imagine like a Japanese one, on a PAL system.
Why? But also how? How would they even check?
It must be like a power rating or... But you know what? It doesn't flip the other way. You can, I think you can still use a PAL mouse on an American system.
That's American exceptionalism, baby. That's, I feel sad for younger you, but that is very funny.
It's just like a weird oddity.
Yeah.
Like I ended up getting this. They actually had one at their like a Game Traders.
Peach Stadium.
Peach Stadium. Yeah. So I did end up getting like an Australian mouse, and that worked. And I've still got that mouse, and I'm trying to think of if there's any way I can actually get that mouse working as a USB mouse. That way, then I can have it on the Switch too and use it as an actual controller.
That would be so cool. Like, there's got to be someone on like Etsy or something who's made an adapter.
I've had it before. I've had adapters before. I think it needs to be a very specific one for an actual mouse.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, never the same color. That's right, Seskra. Oh, that was Oh, my childhood. That was growing up having to work out. Because if you had a PAL system, you never really got the original speed of a game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as if it was like, oh, it was just always slow down. It was inconsistent. Something like Nintendo were generally pretty good. It's funny, there's a whole thing with the original Contra for the NES.
Yeah.
You know that with the Contra, when it came over to Europe, it became Pro Protector.
That sounds about right to me.
But yeah, effectively, because I believe in Germany laws at the time, Contra was considered too violent, and so they changed everyone to robots. So that became Pro Protector.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, like with Pro Protector, they only adjusted like the characters and that. They didn't adjust the game speed or the pitch speed. So the pitch was actually a bit like, I think it was 17% slower compared to from NTSC to PAL.
Okay.
Because effectively PAL, you put a PAL system, you're effectively putting in 50 hertz for a second as opposed to NTSC 60 hertz.
Yeah.
So it ended up being slower.
Yeah.
But the proper thing to do is that you actually adjust the game so it would be correct itself. And Nintendo generally did that, not always. Konami never did with that game. And it's so funny because when you put in a Pro Protector cartridge into American system, it plays fine because there's no adjustment. Sorry, I'm just rambling here. Quirks here.
No, it's really interesting because like I have my own like weird region locking stories, but not from that long ago. Like I live in the Netherlands and I was born here, but I spent a long time living in Asia, and like I had when I was living in Asia, that's when I got like the 3DS, for instance. I have an Asian 3DS, so it is the same region as Australia.
Yeah.
But not the same as Europe. But my question is, why would you make a portable system region locked? Like, you're on vacation and you go to a game store and it's just like, ooh, I've been looking for this one. You pick it up and you can't play it because screw you. That's why.
The only thing I can think of is that the 3DS was sort of the first system where they actually did you can actually download games.
Yeah.
I think that might have had something to do with it. I'm glad they ended up. I love it. When they did the first proper Switch presentation of the full Big On event, the first thing that came out of their mouth was, "Oh yeah, we are aware of region locking. Well, the Switch system, we're just not going to do it. Which one should we do?
Desert.
Yep. And that was the first thing that came out of their mouths. It's just like, we're just going to get this out of the way. It's not region locked, so." And then for all those years Nintendo have been active with their region locking, all of a sudden, it goes.
Yeah. So, like, when I moved back here, I didn't exactly want to just buy another 3DS and have none of my games work.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I used to do is I used to go to Play Asia before they became bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And buy, like, Australian region Switch eStore cards, or Switch 3DS eStore cards, and buy credit for more. Like, I'd have to pay like 55 euros for 50 euros worth of credit, you know?
Yeah.
And buy digital games that way, because I wasn't importing physical games. And then eventually, when the new 3DS came out, I did buy a European one of those.
Yeah.
So I could just do it normally, thankfully.
Mm-hmm. I remember my PlayStation 3. I ended up having an American PlayStation 3 account as well as my Australian one. Because I wanted to play like Mega Man 8, the Mega Man X series, which you couldn't get in the Australian store. I think even Mega Man Legends, the PlayStation 3 had like a PlayStation Classics.
Nice.
Yeah, but you couldn't get them. So I ended up having to buy the same thing. Go to PlayAsia, buy an American credit, and put it on my system.
Oh, here's another one I have. So Xbox 360 games were sometimes region locked.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand the concept of region locking at the time. So there was this like Dragon Ball Z fighting game on Xbox 360. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a Dragon Ball Z fighting game on Xbox 360. And like official copies of games were kind of hard to come by in the countries where we were living, but there were some games where I was just like, I want a real copy of it. Like I did that with Halo 3. And so I would like either in a game store or at the airport, I would buy these Xbox 360 games, take them home with me to Asia, and that Dragon Ball Z game didn't work because it was region locked. And so I had to hold on to the game and the receipt for like 6 months because the game store was on a different continent.
Oh my god.
So I couldn't do anything with it.
Oh my god. That is
and I don't know if you've heard about this, but international flights are not cheap. So
no.
we couldn't, like, I would just be like, well, I've got this game that I just can't play at all. Cool. Optical drive region settings. Wow. That's a weird one, Seskra. Gotta say, you know, Steam is its own form of DRM, obviously. Something that some people don't recognize. But I do not miss the days of, like, you have 4 installs of this game that you bought on disc. But if you, like, replace the CPU or the motherboard in your PC, that counts as a different PC, and you've used one of your installs.
Yeah. Which one should we do?
I don't think we've done Moo Moo Meadows yet.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't there, like, a Hanno 2077? Where that was, like, a real problem? I know that was a thing for Spore. We bought I say we because my brother and I shared it. We bought a copy of Spore on disc.
Did you know that for Europe, there were 2 PAL versions of the original NES?
I did not know that.
Yep, NES A and NES B. They used to be called, when they originally released, it used to be NES Mattel version. And I believe in Europe, that was like, I think it was the United Kingdom and Italy. And then other parts of Europe, like Netherlands, had the NES version. And you had to make sure you had to get the games for that particular system.
Oh, there was an actual, like, meaningful difference? That's messed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my feather.
Because the NES that I have, the original one that I have growing up, that is the Mattel version.
You know, there's a lot to be said about the modern current video games industry. It has a lot of problems, so many problems, but I'm so glad that that kind of thing is not really a thing we have to worry about anymore.
Oh,
like you have like the Xbox Series S and Series X, and if you want to play Baldur's Gate 3, you have to have a Series X, I think. But that's it.
I think it.
I think it works on Series S, but without like split screen or something, or without multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Because there had to be a requirement with Xbox that it has to be on parity.
Yeah.
They could not just get split screen working with that. And there was a big stink up about it, and rightly so. They were able to effectively bully Microsoft.
Xbox saying like, but it's gonna make us so much money if we put Baldur's Gate 3 on our console. So sure, we'll give you an exception. Microsoft have done a lot of things, haven't done a lot right recently, but that's one thing they did do. Some things they've done wrong recently include using their profits to fund genocide in Palestine.
Yes.
And using their Azure AI to help keep the genocide going.
Yeah.
And that is why I don't have Game Pass anymore.
That's why I don't have an Xbox anymore.
Did I hit like more than 2 people? I don't feel like I did. It's a soft lock that you can change in their firmware, but Windows caps how often you can do that because Microsoft is a terrible company. God, yeah, Microsoft is a terrible company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not surprising. Like, this is not news.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do you want to do just one more race and then call it? We're coming up on top of the hour.
Coming up. Yep. We'll do that.
Just one more 4-track race. I don't even have a Microsoft Office subscription. I'm a LibreOffice guy. Items frantic. What does that mean? Guess we'll find out. I'm going to Choco Mountain.
Oh. Where are we going? Where are we heading?
Choco Mountain. Iceland.
I didn't think you'd see that. Sorry. I was thinking we're going to sneak that in.
I genuinely don't know what it means, but I'm excited to find out. Just like all the big boom booms, everybody can get blue shells, even player in first.
Yeah, I'm not even going to play the recent Heretic and Hexen.
Are they Microsoft published?
Even though, well, they're by id Software. Oh no, actually they were Raven Software originally, but effectively they're owned by Bethesda now. So, well, no, actually Activision. Activision own Heretic and Hexen.
Yes.
And then Activision bought by Microsoft. So yeah. Until things change. I mean, I haven't even played Doom the Dark Ages.
Yeah. Right, I have to get out of battle mode mindset.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it genuinely feels like the items got juiced up with this.
Yeah.
I'm getting triple red shells in second place. Here's a thing I think about a lot. Who do you think, like, there's there's going to be a new Smash Bros. At some point.
Yep.
Who's on your wish list of I want this to be a fighter? Like, we all know Waluigi.
Okay.
Let's get that one out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just shoot. Sorry. I was just dunking on Microsoft with Bethesda.
But Master Chief?
No, not Master Chief. Doom guy.
Doomslayer, yeah.
Yeah, Doomslayer.
I'm surprised. Like, obviously, having third-party people in there is it started in Brawl, right? Because it was Snake.
Solid Snake.
Snake
Yeah.
and Sonic. Because Sonic was also in Brawl, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot, classic pick as well. There's obviously like a bunch of those like PS2 era mascot platformers that would be great picks, like Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Raccoon, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. You know, all equally famous video game series. Toad's Factory or Bowser's Castle?
How about Whistle Stop Summit?
Okay. I like obviously put a mark on your bingo card. Hilka brings up Monster Hunter, but like some more Monster Hunter representation would be cool. Like there was a Monster Hunter like fighter in some sort of Capcom fighting game, and 2B from Nier Automata. Yeah, that'd be sick. Good pick, Seskara. And I hope that... So it's possible to integrate them into a fighting game and have them, like, be able to, like, switch between different weapons, I think would be cool. Because so far, the only Monster Hunter representation is, like, Rathalos is an assist trophy, and there's some spirits from, like, Monster Hunter stories.
I think there is, like, an actual stage, like in like their spirit that gameplay mode, that single player mode.
Possible. I haven't paid attention to the spirits in a very long time.
A wild one out there, they're never gonna do it. Luigi from the first Super Mario Brothers movie.
Like, as played by John Leguizamo?
Yes.
And that is different because, aside from looks...
Aside from looks, the whole... Like, it's just a radically different Luigi.
So do you also want Bob Hoskins?
I sort of feel like I prefer. I would think probably John would probably be the more out there pick.
I mean, if you want to go out there, Dennis Hopper's Bowser.
Yep.
If you want to go out there, Dennis Hopper's Bowser. Like he could function pretty similarly to Ganondorf, I think. Maybe?
I'm probably thinking about it might be easier just to get like a living actor, maybe, for representation. I don't know.
Oh, yes. Let's go. No thanks. When you have Super Horn and you get hit with a blue shell, you feel like a genius. It's true. Rathalos was a boss fight in Ultimate as well.
Yeah.
But you also kind of have to look at like what gets represented on Nintendo systems. I mean, I guess that
Like yeah.
there weren't a lot of Metal Gear Solid Nintendo games. There's like Like they were on like the original Metal Gears were on like NES. But and 3 got that 3DS port. But I think that's it, right?
There was Twin Snakes.
Twin Snakes on GameCube, right?
Yeah. But I mean, compared to some other like third party, like Snake was a weird choice. It was the very first choice, and it was an odd choice. Like Sonic made
Sonic
more
makes
sense. Yeah. What's that?
Sonic makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with their history and.
I don't know if you saw
What
this,
Nintendo
Espera, but one of Waluigi's victory poses is just Ricky Starks, or Ricky Saints, I suppose. He's doing the, like, that. Which is not a dab, it's, like, hand in front of face. Sorry, I made it about wrestling again. Continue.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't help it. Just poisoned my brain forever. DK Spaceport again? I know we did it like the first one, but I love DK Spaceport. It rules. It's a dib. And I bring up Monster Hunter not just because I love Monster Hunter, but like, you know, Monster Hunter Rise was on Switch before it was on anything else.
That'd be the make the most sense at the moment.
Yeah. You could you definitely update like DK. And I think we talked about this in the Discord a while back, which I should make a separate chat command for the Discord, because we bring it up every stream. Like you could integrate some stuff from Metroid Dread for Samus.
Yep.
Maybe depending on like what stuff they add, you could add some some of the stuff from Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment for Zelda. I mean, that game's not out yet, and we don't even have a release date for it, but it would be cool.
I got one that they should do.
Oh yeah? Yeah?
Paper Mario. I reckon they could do it. I think I can do it, and I think they should do it.
Oh yeah, of course, Spyro. Forgot about Spyro. That's one people have been asking for ages.
Tony Hawk.
Just straight up Tony Hawk. Because
I mean, it's sort of
the thing I want to like sort of avoid is I don't want it turning into like the kind of free for all that Fortnite is. You know, like I want it to be able to have some amount of visual consistency.
Yeah, but it's sort of, I sort of feel like you sort of need to, you can't really, like say like something like Doomsday, like Doomsday would be like an obvious choice.
Yeah.
Whereas you need something just wild and out there, like something that, you know, would be like a different style of gameplay. How would they fight? Not just so much how they look, but how would they actually play as? And so like Tony Hawk may be able to do something unique.
Yeah. Ooh, if we're going in that direction, James Sunderland from Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Or just like Pyramid Head.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing with Smash Brothers. Is
wow,
like,
this is your second blue shell, huh?
Yeah.
Sucks to suck, I suppose. See, you only have yourself to blame for playing the game well. That's like the worst part of Mario Kart. I understand the blue shell as like a, you know, a catch-up mechanic. But wow, it does genuinely feel like getting punished for being in first. But I think Mario Kart would be worse if it wasn't there, you know?
Oh, yes. Like having a Mario Kart with no items, that'd just be dull.
Yeah. If you want Mario Kart with no items, you just go play like a realistic racing game. Go play Forza, or I was about to say Need for Speed, but I don't think they've made one of those in like 15 years. Colin McRae's Rally. Is that a franchise that's still active?
I mean, Sega had a fighting game series game called Fighters Megamix.
Yeah.
With sort of all their Sega characters. And one of them was a Daytona car. Kart City, yep. An actual car as a fighter on the Sega Saturn.
That's pretty cool. Is Power Stone also Sega? Am I misremembering?
No, that's Capcom.
That's Capcom. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Seskra. Like, they're still making Tom Clancy games, and that guy's been dead for ages. Like, they can just license the name, you know? Like, they still call it Sid Meier's Civilization, even though I don't think he's actually been involved in the game development since, like, 4. That's probably wrong
they'll do,
now that I think about it, actually.
Yeah. Because I imagine Death Stranding will end up coming on Switch too.
Yeah,
probably. I wonder if they'll end up doing. Yeah. I wonder if they'll end up doing, like, it's Sam Porter for Smash Brothers.
The main character? It's Sam Bridges, right?
Yeah. Sam Bridges, sorry. That's right. Yeah, Sam Bridges. And I just said if they do that, it'd be so funny because they'll have like, you know, the current Hideo Kojima character, and if they got Solid Snake there, the past one.
Yeah. I mean, the FU money is just more Fire Emblem characters. There's a great video by Video Game Donkey where he's just making jokes about like the new Smash roster. And he goes out of his way to like all of the characters he selects have blue hair. And by the end is like we get so many requests for new characters in Smash Bros. That the thing we actually do is we ask for, we pick someone who nobody has ever requested. And you think, oh, that would give smaller characters like Voodoo Vince a shot. But no, actually 2 people asked for Voodoo Vince. So we're pleased to announce that the next character coming to Smash Bros. That nobody asked for is Violet from Fire Emblem. Oh god. Oh, this Fire Flower absolutely barbecued me right at the end.
Ew. Crispy. Oh no, wait a minute. From Mortal Kombat. Toasty!
Colin McRae franchise became the Dirt franchise. Huh, I didn't know that. See, we're an educational stream here on Gamepodular.
We have facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right, that's going to do it for our stream because I have other things that need happening today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We already have one scheduled, which is not on the Twitch schedule yet because you can only do that a week in advance. Thanks, Twitch. And when I say a week in advance, I mean like this current week, not like 7 days in advance. Like if it's Sunday, it's for the week of Sunday. Anyway, next week, Wednesday, the 20th, we're going to be playing some Mirror's Edge. I'm going to be playing Mirror's Edge, and Scott's going to be in the
I'll be in the
back
commentator's
seat,
box.
as it were. Yeah, commentator's box. That's a good one. And it'll be starting the same time this stream started, 9 p.m. GMT, 9 a.m. GMT. Oh my god. I'm very awake right now. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If you like what you see, go to patreon.com/Gamepodular. Send us some money if you want. You don't have to, but it would be cool if you did. We also have a Ko-Fi, which you can find.
Yep. Sorry.
I'm doing my spiel. Stop being funny. We also have a Ko-Fi if you want to send us money on that. Check out our podcasts at Gamepodular.com or Spotify, I suppose, or Podbean, or wherever you get your podcasts, because we released a new End Focus yesterday, and it was really good. You should listen to it. And we have another episode of Unfocused being recorded next week? Question mark? Yeah, right?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
1 week from now, I believe.
Nice. Excellent. Right. Which means we're not streaming that weekend, which is why we're streaming on Wednesday instead. There we go. Now I remembered. Like I said, I'm very awake. So I'll get this VOD up probably later today. Have a good day. Have a good evening if you're over in Scott's time zone. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.